Picture this. You're laying out on a hammock in the Mediterranean. The sun is shining, a breeze is blowing. And for a dessert, you're having pistachio ice cream and a lemon butter cake. Doesn't that just sound good? Well, that's not what I'm making, but we're gonna come close. We're gonna make a lemon and pistachio cake. Are you ready? And then we're gonna top that cake with the mascarpone buttercream. Lemon buttercream, that is. You ain't ready. Next, on the sweet spot. First, we're gonna zest our lemons. Done. Do not discard this lemon. We're gonna use it later with our icing. So you just put it to the side. And let's start on lemon number 2. Look at all of that lemon zest. Gonna be so good. Our lemons are all done. On to the next step. So now we're gonna take our food processor and we're gonna put all of the lemon zest into the food processor. And don't leave any behind. Get all of that lemon zest into the processor. No lemon left behind. All right, and then take some of the granulated sugar and put into the food processor, not all of it. Get a tablespoon and put about 3 to 4 tablespoons into your food processor. And this is just, I just took this from the sugar that we're actually gonna use in the cake because we're gonna be using. So I'm just gonna mix this a couple of minutes until that lemon zest breaks up with the sugar. What this is going to do is release the oils of the lemon zest and infuse it into the sugar so we get more of that lemon flavor into our sponge. Oh my God, that smells so good. All right. I'm just gonna put this in our bowl. And I'm just gonna use a spatula to get all of that lemon zest. Remember, no lemon left behind. You will smell all of that lemon because the oils have started to release in the sugar, so the aroma, so good. All right, we're gonna set this aside and we need to clean our food processor for our next step. Now that we've processed our lemon zest, it is time for our next victim, which is the pistachio. We wanna process our pistachios to a finer texture. I don't want them too chunky because we really want those to evenly distribute throughout the cake batter. So we're gonna put those in. I find that sometimes pulsing actually grinds them faster. All right. All of my pistachios are ground. Now we're gonna just prep them with a little flour so when we add them to the cake batter, they don't like clump up, they even to distribute into the cake batter. So just taking a little bit of the flour. From the flour I'm actually gonna use in the cake and add my pistachios and just kind of stir it up and let them get nice and coated with the flour. And as you can see, that's what you want. You want it to look like coarse crumb. There you go. So before we make our batter, we need to mix our dry ingredients. So we're gonna take our cake flour, along with our baking powder, our baking soda, and our salt. I'm just gonna whisk that together. So now it's time to cream our butter and sugar together. So I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of butter. My 1 3/4 cup sugar. Put on my paddle attachment. If needed, scrape down the sides of the bowl. So now we need 5 egg whites. So you're only using the whites, so let me separate my 5 eggs. That one was a double yolk. So now pour your egg whites into your mixing bowl. And then beat that for 2 minutes on medium. All right. Now we're gonna add our sour cream. Olive oil, vanilla extract, our almond extract, and our lemon zest mixture. Get all of that in there. Now it's time to start adding our dry ingredients. So I'm adding a little bit of the flour at a time and then let it mix on low. Scrape down the sides. Starting to smell amazing. Add a little bit more flour and mix again. All right. Add the last bit of flour. So I'm gonna add in my pistachios, also a little at a time, so they get well combined. Scrape down the sides of the bowl. Add the remainder of my pistachios. All I can say is this cake smells like heaven. Ah, smelling so good. Now we're gonna add the buttermilk. And then let that mix and go. I just preset my oven for 350 degrees. Now I need to prep my cake pans so that my cakes won't stick and they come out very easy. And first what I need to do is butter my cake pan. Then take a sharp knife and hold down my cake pan and just follow it. And you'll hear the parchment break as you go around. As you can see, I have a few spots, so I'm just gonna take my scissors and just complete whatever did not break away. Okay, now you're gonna fill each cake pan with equal parts batter. I use a ladle and ladle it out. You can do it by eye, but for me this process works, so. Just making sure I get even amounts, because by putting even amounts in your cake pans ensures when you go to layer your cake, you're gonna have even layers. I think I can get one more ladle. And I'm gonna level these out. I just kind of shake them and turn them. And you can also like drop them. Okay. Now it is time to make our lemon mascarpone buttercream. We're going to start with our butter and we're going to add that to our mixer. You're going to cream that until it's nice and smooth. Now that our butter is all creamed, let's add our mascarpone cheese. And you're going to add the entire 8-ounce container. Alright, and we are going to mix that also until we get a nice smooth creamy texture with the butter and mascarpone cheese. Just scrape down the sides of your bowl. All of that cheese and butter into the center. And now we're going to slowly add our confectioner sugar into the mixture. While the mixer is on low, you can start adding your lemon juice, 2 to 3 tablespoons, depending on how tart you want the buttercream. Also, add in your vanilla extract. Still while the mixer's on low. Now just scrape down your bowl and add in the remaining confectioner sugar. Continue mixing until you get a smooth, thick, rich buttercream. Now take your buttercream and begin icing your cakes. You can cut the top layer off if you want to even them out if you desire. Just dollop some icing on top and then take an icing knife and smooth the buttercream on top. Add your next layer and repeat the same process. Just dollop the icing on top of the cake and smooth it out with your icing knife. Now it's time to put the finishing touches on our cake. We're going to use the candied lemons along with the extra pistachios. So place the lemons around the cake. There we have it. Can't wait to cut this bad boy open. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back and see me. Oh!